Good evening, everyone. I'm back home again now. I was supposed to go on a little while earlier, but was delayed on the train. But as I say, I'm back, hence the flowery wallpaper behind me. That's the office. Okay, so what this is going on in the booklet. This is just a while ago we spoke about sort of what sort of tesserae you might use, what cutters you use. Now we're just going to have a quick look at going over the sort of cuts that you make. So I'm going to just enlarge this. Okay, so now what shape to cut? Basically, you're thinking about sort of Roman mosaics. You're talking about large scale installations. You need to keep it as simple as possible. You need to make sure that you're being as economical as possible with your time. Therefore, make your entire mosaic out of squares. That's it. It's easier. It's faster. Unfortunately, it never works like that. Well, not. There's a few mosaics that do just use squares, that do use the patterning. They're actually quite nice, but generally speaking, you're going to need to do some cuts. But if you have a system of cutting, if you're looking for specific things, then when you're needing to fill gaps, to fill shapes, it makes it a lot easier. If it's a lot easier, it saves time. It's not like we've got to go really fast. You've got to keep pressing them in. It's just having a system which makes it easier. If you have a system, then you can just switch off and do the work. So if we look at this one here, what shapes to cut, this is what we go over. We go over this a little bit more detail in the booklet. But you have your square at the top. Now, you look at the space, you look at what you need. First thing you want is a square. No, okay, not a square. What is it? Let's go off to the right here. Is it a half cut? No. Is it a keystone? A keystone on something like a curve. There you can see the cut from that. Okay, if it's not a half cut, not a keystone, not a is it a triangle? Now there's a couple of triangles, different cuts you make. We'll go over those in a minute. But so you can see, try to get in your head that you're running through this system, because then when you get areas where you've got a really indeterminate shape, you need to be able to fill that shape with a cut without standing there carving the perfect fitting piece. You need to just get something that will fill the space and whack it in. So just keep it really simple. What I tend to say, if you've got, say, just the last piece to go in on an area, it's a really strange shape, and I say if you have to make more than 4 cuts, just throw it and start again, because it is just one among thousands. You don't want to be really precious about it. So have a system like this. Now let's see what I'm going to do. I'm still finding my way around the tech here. Stop screen. Okay, you got me again. Now let's share it again. Let's get the other one up. I didn't pick the wallpaper, honestly. It's my stepdaughter's old room. Right. Time cuts. Okay, sharing the screen. Great. Okay, so now I said there was a couple of different cuts with a square, with triangles. Sorry. Now, if you cut a triangle into two pieces with a diagonal cut, you get two right-angled triangles. Now, when you have that at the end of a line, it supposes it's a sort of direction. Now, this is all fairly subtle stuff, but if you get a grip on it, then further down the line, it really does help. It's just this sort of awareness. Don't be too mad about it, but it's just no. Generally speaking, you will have these right-angled triangles. Now you can see that the arrow direction, it tends to take it downwards. It tends to refer downwards. I once had a mosaic teacher told me never to cut triangles. Triangles are difficult because they create sharp lines. So you need to use them wisely. But if it's a triangular gap, you've got to cut a triangular stick in it. Anyway, so now if we cut a right angle triangle, but we want a forward direction, you can see down the bottom, right down the bottom, you make another cut on the right angle triangle, which makes it like a pyramid on its side, a pyramid shape. That's what you get. Play around with it. Have a look, and you'll see. Now, my drawing there isn't the best. You tend to sort of have the one just to the tesserae to the right of the triangle would have been a little bit smaller. So we're looking at the bottom one now, but what I'm trying to get over is this, that you can see that the direction is horizontal off to the left, but whereas where we're using the right angled one, it's more, it more defines a sort of downward sweep. Now, as I say, these aren't hard and fast things that you must do it exactly like this every time, but I just want you to be aware of the shapes, of the direction of the tesserae, simply because when you get onto very fine pieces, it makes a difference then. You just have that awareness, you just see, but don't get rigidly stuck in with it. If you've got a downward curve, but you have this isosceles, this pyramid-shaped triangles, and that fits, then do it. If it works, do it. But just this awareness of the shapes that you're cutting and the effects. This is why we're sort of learning the rules, and that you're learning the rules for the effect that they have, and what the effect that they avoid. Okay, so be another one tomorrow. I hope this has been helpful for you. As I say, don't get rigidly stuck in, but just be aware. Just be aware of the cuts that you're making. And if you have any other comments, you can get over the trauma, smiling. Then pop them below, and I will do my best to answer them. But thanks very much for your time.